Hi Huskies, hi Bulldogs. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to measure some things to see how long they are or how tall they are. All right? Do you know what kind of tool people use to measure how long something is? There's a couple different things that we can use. What's this? Have you seen one of these before? This is a tape measure. And a tape measure can stretch out really far so you can measure something that's really long, okay? But I'm not going to use the tape measure today. I'm going to use something smaller. Have you seen one of these before? It's a ruler. And on the ruler, there are some little numbers. Now some rulers, like this one, have numbers for every inch. There's the first inch, so it's number 1. The next inch is number 2. Then after one more inch, it says 3, because that's 3 inches long. 1, 2, 3 of those. And then another one, it gets to 4. Some rulers have smaller things called centimeters. But this is an inch ruler. So today, I'm going to measure some stuff to see how many inches long they are. Okay? Now, the thing to keep in mind when you're using the ruler is that you want right here, this is where the 0 is. There's no 0, but this is 0 inches on this side right here. You want right here, this 0, to be right at the edge of the thing that you're measuring. So I can't just stick it like this. I have to have it this right here, this edge, has to be right at the edge of the thing that I'm measuring. Like that. That's the tricky part. Okay, so I have to make sure the edge of my ruler is right there. Okay? Now, can you tell how many inches long this truck is? What number does it go up to? What's that? It's 4. There's 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches long. I'm going to write a 4 because this truck right here is a 4-inch truck. That truck is 4 inches long. Let's try this truck now. That's a small fire truck. Let's try this pickup truck. Okay, now remember, I have to put the edge of my ruler right where the 0 would be. I have to put it right there, right next to the edge of the truck. Okay, can you tell what this truck goes up to? There's 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches. See the 5 right there? It goes up to 5 inches. So I should write a 5 because this is a 5-inch truck. That truck is 5 inches long. Let's try this long fire truck. This one seems pretty long to me. Let's see how many inches it is. Okay, I'm going to put this right by the edge of the truck, right there. Okay, what do you think? What number is it closest to? I think it's pretty close to the 7. I think it's 7 inches. 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches, 5, 6, 7 inches. I'm going to write a 7 there because I think that one is 7 inches. All right, let's try this one. Do you think this one is going to be a lot of inches or not very many inches? What's your prediction? How many inches do you think this one is going to be? Let's find out. Okay, now I got to put the edge of my ruler where the 0 is, right by the edge of the truck right there. What do you think? How many inches is it? It looks like it goes up to 2 inches. 1 inch, 2 inch. There's a 2 right there. I think that's a 2-inch truck. Okay, we got one more truck here. It says orange and yellow truck. Now I'm going to put the edge of the ruler right there by the edge of the truck. Okay, what do you think it goes up to? It looks like 6 to me. 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, 6 inches. I think that's a 6-inch truck. Yeah. So that's how we can measure some trucks. Let's try something different now. Let's try measuring some. Actually, I'm going to do this one next. What are those? We got some flowers. All right, now flowers, instead of measuring how long they are, we're going to measure how tall they are. So now the ruler is not going to be this way, the ruler is going to be this way, because I want to know how many inches up the flowers go. I want to know how tall they are, okay? But once again, I need my 0 to be right here where the flower starts, okay? Move this down a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. Right there where the flower starts is where the 0 should be on my ruler. Let's start with this flower, okay? Put my 0 right there. How tall do you think that flower is? Numbers are sideways now. Can you see that? How tall is that flower? It's 7 inches. 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, 6 inches, 7 inches. That's a 7-inch flower. Pretty tall. Let's try this one now. Let's see how tall this flower is. Okay, I'm going to put this 0 right here by the bottom of the flower. Okay, what do you think it's closest to? What number do you think this one goes up to? That looks like a 3 to me. I think that's a 3-inch flower. 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches. All right, let's try this one. This one looks very tall, doesn't it? Okay, I've got my 0 right by the edge of the flower, right where it starts. We're going to see how many inches it takes to get to the top. Can you see on the ruler? What does it go up to? It's pretty small. Can you see it? It's an 8. That's an 8-inch flower. 1 inches, 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, 6 inches, 7 inches, 8 inches. See, there's an 8 on the ruler right there. Goes up to 8 inches. Let's try this one. Do you think this one is going to be a lot? What's your prediction? How many do you think this is going to be? This one was 3. How many do you think this one's going to be? Let's find out. Okay, I'm going to put my 0 right by the beginning of the flower, right down there. What do you think it goes up to? I think it's pretty close to the number 2. I think that's a 2-inch flower. 1 inches, 2 inches. Good job. All right. Let's try one more thing. Let's try some snakes. All right. Now, are we measuring how tall the snakes are, or do you think we should measure how long the snakes are? I think we should measure how long they are. All right. Let me see. I don't think we'll do all these snakes, but let's do some of them. Let's start with this snake right here. Let's see how long this snake is. And what do I need to remember to do with my ruler? I need to put the 0 right by the edge of the snake, right there. Okay? Now we're going to see how many inches it takes to get to the other end of the snake. What does it look like to you? Which number is it closest to? To me, it looks like 7 inches. I think it's pretty close to that 7. I would say that's about 7 inches long. 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches, 5 inches, 6 inches, 7 inches long. It takes 7 inches to get from this side of the snake to this side of the snake. Let's try this one right here. I want to see how long this snake is. So I'm going to put the edge of my ruler right by the edge of the snake right here. Okay? Right there. What do you think that snake goes up to? To me, it looks like 4. That looks like the number 4 to me. 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches. It takes 4 inches to get from this side to this side, right? Let's try one more. Let's try this snake down here. Make a prediction. This one was 7 inches. This one was 4 inches. How long do you think this snake is? What's your guess? Let's find out now. Put this right by the edge of the snake. What do you think? It looks like 4 again. Yeah, those two are about the same length. They're about as long as each other. They both take about 4 inches to get from one side to the other. So if I count the inches, 1 inch, 2 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches to get from this side of the snake to this side of the snake. All right. Thanks for practicing measuring with me. If you have a ruler at your house, you can measure anything. You can walk around, you can measure how long your foot is. You can get a marker. You can see how long the marker is. Make sure that you put the edge of the ruler right by the edge of the marker. How long is it? What do you think? Looks like it's pretty close to 5 inches to me. So if you have a ruler at your house or a tape measure, you can practice measuring lots of things. Now, if you have a tape measure, you'll have to watch and you'll have to choose whether you want these big inches on the top, 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches, or if you want to use the really small centimeters. See how small the centimeters are? 1, 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters, 4 centimeters, 5 centimeters. So you have to choose if you use a ruler. If you use a tape measure, you'll have to choose if you want to use inches or centimeters. All right, thanks for playing with me, Huskies and Bulldogs. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.